Josh, when this team is going good, has there ever been, can you compare it to any other team that you played on? Is it when it's playing at its best? Is it like, everything's going perfectly and at such a high level it's almost unmatched in your experience?
Yeah, it's a cool feeling for sure. I feel like on all parts of our team we're extremely talented. You look at Vino, the best ever. Defense is unreal. A lot of guys that probably don't get recognized enough. Our offense is insanely talented on top of that, and you take some of our, basically any one of our guys, and they could be a number one or basically a number one on any other team. So it's cool. Obviously we have a lot to work on, man. We got pretty emotional, and I think with that talent and understanding how good we can be, when we do some dumb things, it's like, come on, we're very good, and it's just like we're shooting ourselves in the foot. So yeah, we're great, but we have a lot to work on for sure.
Yeah, obviously a few too many penalties in the second half.
Yeah.
Gave him a chance to get back in.
Yeah. He nailed it.
That's one.
Yeah.
Josh, what is the Albany, besides the penalties obviously, what did they do differently to start that second half against you guys to get back into this game?
Capitalized on power plays, really. I mean, listen, it's at the end of the day, we focus on ourselves, and we're going to go back and watch film and get a greater understanding of what really happened. But from my point of view, it was strictly that we were just taking penalties, and maybe our offense wasn't getting off in time, and they're maybe not calling certain holds, and our offense is getting frustrated, and we're yelling at the refs, and from there it's a kind of like a snowball effect where our entire team just gets frustrated, and we're up by 7. It's like, maybe let's take a deep breath. And it's me too, like I snapping on the refs. So I'm like, why? There's no reason for it, right? So I think we need to do a better job of controlling our emotions. It's that simple.
How important was it to win all 4 games on this 4-game home standard?
In my eyes, not that important. I think it's important to win the next game, and that's simple. We've had a lot of home games, and it's awesome to play in front of Buffalo, but we're about to go on a 10-week streak here where we have 2 back-to-backs, and we're going to be going all over the country. So we need to make sure that we batten down the hatches and make sure we're ready to go.
Have you gotten almost used to the weeks off at this point, where it's like almost 2 in a row is almost odd the way this first 6 weeks are going, and will that change your routine once we get past last week, and it's 12 games in 10 weeks?
No, it's frustrating, right? Like I don't understand why. There's no reason for us to have that many buys and finish off the season with 10 weeks in a row with 2 back-to-backs. Like it's not safe for players. But it is what it is, and I get it. At the end of the day, it's a lot of it's arena availability, and you have to also schedule around other teams. And last year we went 10 weeks in a row into playoffs, and it was just normal games. One game a week, and that was tough. Right now we're going to throw 2 back-to-backs in there, so we're going to rely on our depth a lot, and make sure that we're doing extra and staying healthy and trying to recover as best we can.
When you play a team like Albany, you kind of have to game plan for like a goalie like Tucker because he's so big and fills net. Did you guys adjust at all when they put Kid in? Did you adjust your shooting at all at that point?
So that's probably one of the hardest parts of the game, right? Is you put a backup in I don't even know who the backup was, and Kid played great. He played really well. You gotta learn as you're shooting what he's doing, what his tendencies are, and that's tough. Kid is moving a stick. We're just hammering 5-hole, and he's not moving a stick, right? So, it's definitely tough, and you go all week planning for Dougie and shooting shots that you can try to shoot for Dougie, and then all of a sudden a new kid comes in that you've never seen before, and it's like, okay, well, try different things, and all of a sudden it's like, okay, well, now he's making saves, and it is what it is. It's definitely something you got to adjust to for sure.
How do you think Farrell will do as the local folk hero now?
Hey, if he would have scored that penalty shot, I think he'd be doing well. But no, he's an awesome guy. I think you see how much we rally around him and his energy. So we're glad to have him on our team.
Byrne, what has just been clicking for you these past few games? I mean, huge games against Philadelphia and then tonight. What has helped you at least get into this consistent rhythm offensively?
I mean, my teammates are doing a great job, moving bodies, creating space, drawing doubles, moving the ball. It's making my job really easy. And I've said it before, right? Like, different nights are going to be different guys' nights. And, Mickey's had multiple 5-goal games. Dana's putting up 12 points a game. And when you have in my eyes, the best passer in the world on your team, you're going to get looks, right? And if they don't want to go to him, then he can still score 6 on you. So, I'm super grateful to be able to play with Dane. But the rest of our group are just buzzing around, super tough to guard one-on-one and moving the ball and playing it selfish. And it's hard to stop.
What determines a great passer in lacrosse? I know in basketball, not only do you get it to the right guy, but it's always in position where he's in shooting spot. Does it work that way in lacrosse, or is it a little different?
I think what Dane does really well is he anticipates, right? So I would compare him more to like a quarterback, where like he's seeing things develop, based on the way defenses are playing, before they kind of happen. So a lot of times he's one step ahead and is seeing, hey, they're going to jump out and maybe try to take away Mickey cutting through the middle, and he sees me on the backside, or he knows at the end of the day, what do we got going on here? Who's got the remote, huh? But no, I really do think that I honestly think that it comes down to him being extremely unselfish, and a lot of these passes that he's making, he could shoot the ball easily. Could shoot the ball, but he also understands that for our offense to go, he needs to make those plays, right? And when DeHoga and Fraze and Bucky are banging hard from him and cutting through the middle and stuff like that, like, yeah, he could shoot it, but he's like, I'm gonna let these guys eat. And he also is super accurate with where he puts the ball. Yeah, I think that's something that's very underrated about passers, and it's something that I didn't really focus on, until the last couple of years, and it was just from watching him. Like, everything he does in practice, when we're shooting, like, he focused on getting that ball right on your ear, or right where you're putting your stick, and not a lot of guys can do that.
Hey, Josh, non-lacrosse question, but gotta put you on the spot here. Super Bowl 59, Eagles or Chiefs?
Buffalo's gonna hate me, but Chiefs. Sorry, it is what it is, man. Just good karma.
Will Shipley of the Eagles is a huge lacrosse fan too, the third string running back.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, bud.